Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway, and please like, subscribe, and share. And like always, holla at us, we holla back. I'm glad to be back up in here. I'm excited. We had some nice week of sports. My goodness, everything was going down. It's a lot of stuff to get into. It's a lot of stuff to unpack. I don't want to hold us up. Let me introduce my co-host, our own sports almanac, that Mr. Steven Rubain. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing amazing. We are finally at championship weekend. It just feels like it just took forever, did it not?
My
But it didn't feel like
goodness.
it went too quick.
My goodness. It didn't feel like forever for me. Every time football is winding down, it kind of is a bittersweet, sad. We gotta wait months for this to come back.
I know you get so comfortable with having games on Saturday and Sunday, and now it's like this week only Sundays. Like, oh man,
And I know it's unfair to have some people play on Monday, but it still would be nice to have some Monday games.
Yeah, we need that. We need to have double headers every Monday. I'm all for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, we got a lot to get into, and I know it's going to be a lot of argument going on. So
yeah, let's go ahead. We're gonna get into some sports we haven't really talked much about for a while. First one is baseball. I think it's been months since we mentioned anything in baseball.
You got some good baseball updates, Steve?
Yeah, well, we got one thing to really get into. The Baseball Hall of Fame not announced their inductees this week. We have three. We have Adrian Beltre, who played for about 8 different teams, but everywhere he played, he was well liked and put up great numbers, and so he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame for sure.
What's his name?
Adrian Beltre, third baseman. I think he's most known for the Dodgers, but he played for, like I said, a whole bunch of different teams.
Right.
But he deserved to get in. So he got in on his first year. Also getting in his first year, Joe Mauer.
Joe Mauer,
catcher for the Twins.
Right.
He played, everywhere like I said, his career with the Twins, he just hit year after year after year. Great hitting catcher and a great fielding catcher as well. So he deserved to get in. And then Todd Helton he also had a nice, solid career at first base, mostly for the Colorado Rockies.
That's right.
So it's three deserving. But I'm just going to make a real quick point. Baseball needs to let go of this whole steroid era thing. Let Bonds in, let McGuire in, let Sosa in, let Clemens in.
Even with the juice?
Even with the juice. Yeah, let A-Rod in. I mean,
you just want to say it's part of the game?
It's part of the game. Everybody was doing it then. You to sit here and criticize them when 80% of the players in the time were doing juicing, it don't make any sense.
So it really was like on a level playing field if you had other players doing it.
Absolutely, and that's my point. Is that it was a time when juicing was just the thing to do, and baseball turned a blind eye to it. So if baseball really cared about the juicing thing, they could have nailed them then.
So they just made these people hung them out to dry because they were mad at these people.
Absolutely, and that's what it comes down to, is that they're being used as now we care so much about steroids, but when everybody saw that whole McGuire Sosa thing and these guys were hitting home runs every night, and everybody was all pumped up and they fist pumping and everything else.
There you have it.
They should have had them needles out right then on the fields. Because we all there say, "Come here, McGuire. Let me get come here, Sosa." We know Sosa was juiced up.
Exactly.
Sosa he had veins bulging out of his neck like the Incredible Hulk. Nobody said anything. He's hitting 70 home runs.
Wow.
So baseball needs to stop. But speaking of using drugs, Tristan Thompson.
Oh my goodness!
Now,
what a segue you just did there.
Isn't that a beautiful segue? Did you like that?
And speaking of drugs,
Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson just got suspended 25 games by the NBA for using illegal drugs.
My goodness.
He should know better. Come on. You Tristan Thompson. You know they're going to drug test you, given your history.
My thing is, when you have a career going, you have your whole life to do drugs.
Right.
And in fact, you could take a break and do drugs and come back.
Wait. I think he was doing performance-enhancing drugs, which really makes it interesting. So he wasn't doing drugs, like marijuana or stuff like that. They had him for actual performance-enhancing
So he
drugs.
needed the edge, is what you're saying.
Edge, yeah, saying, I'm almost 40 years old. I need to
my goodness.
do some of the so they got him for something serious. So I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So 25 game suspension. So yeah. Continue with the NBA. And this is another one that bothered me. This is another story that bothers me. Adrian Griffin. You heard of him before?
Yes, I have.
Adrian Griffin, head coach for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Now they hired him. Now anybody knows the Milwaukee Bucks has been one of the top teams in the league the last 6-7 years.
Yes, sir.
With the Greek Freak, they went out this year, got Damian Lillard. The team was built for a championship. They went ahead and let their coach that took them to the championship a couple years ago, Budenholzer. They let him go, and they hired this guy Adrian Griffin, who has never coached any major team. This is his first major coaching job of any job. Why would you hire him if you're a team that's saying you're going to be a championship level team? Why would you hire somebody who's never coached before and then not give him a chance to coach?
You talk to the wrong person. My person is I'm dealing with right now. Temper.
Yeah, I mean it's just I don't understand as an organization. You're going to hire this guy. It's his first year. He's never coached at a major team.
What type of mindset is that?
What type of mindset? He's only 30-13, second best record in the NBA. And you're going to sit there and mutually let him walk because he's not playing as well. The defense is not as strong as they thought it would be. What were you thinking? I mean, he was a first-year coach. He got to work into the job. I mean, I don't understand that. That just I'm old school guy. I believe you got to give a coach a time. You got to give him at least a year to show what he can do.
Well, it's supposed to be for player development,
right?
Also,
now if he was 13-30 with this team, then you can sit here and talk about well maybe he needs to go. But 30-13, and you're gonna let the man go now. So that rubs me the wrong way.
Let me give a shout out to everybody that's watching this on Facebook and YouTube. Let's do a roll call. Mr. Glenn White, how you doing, sir? 7 Canvas Art Decor, how you doing? Darnell, what's up? What's going on, sir? And James Johnson, Mike in the building. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, we got love for all y'all. I know my family's watching too, so love to Mary Rubain.
Oh yeah, I gotta give love to Moms. Moms gave me another beanie.
She found the Carolina Panda. It says Carolina and Pandas on it.
Oh how'd you
find that one?
Because she stays in Carolina. And you know what?
I know.
Nothing could be finer but to be in Carolina in the morning.
Yes, sir. So so she went out and got nice little calendar. So now he can catch all his days and had that beautiful panther on it.
Thanks, Moms. Thank you.
I will say this: as much as I badmouth your organization, I do like your logo. I think you guys got one of the top 5 logos in NFL.
That new helmet is fire too.
Yeah. I mean, I can do some stuff with your colors, your logo.
Hey, long as we get a coach that's a player's coach, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Hey, that's right, Glenn White. Glenn White said, "Watch it, Redskin."
Listen to me. I'm a long-suffering Redskin fan, so like I said, I don't know where to go with our organization.
And James Johnson, I'm not changing my team. He said, please change your team.
He's Carolina all the way.
Yes, through and through.
Through and through. But I'm gonna say this much: as a long-suffering Redskin fan, I just hope we make the right coaching hire and finally, get things in order.
No, you're not getting hardball either.
We need the Cowboy-Redskin rivalry back. I mean, it just hurts to see us when we lose the Cowboys like that and see the Cowboys stinking up in the playoffs. How bad are we that we got blown out by that team that lost to Green Bay in the playoffs? Sad. But since you brought up coaching hires, let's talk about these coaches because I guess we now got 4 coaches hired and 4 jobs left.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Did you want to go to where you want to segue to?
Yeah, let's get to the NFL Cup because we got a lot of NFL to get into.
Oh,
so
okay,
let's get right to the head coaching jobs. Let's go. Because we got one that everybody was anticipating. Antonio Pierce, hired by the Raiders. Now I will say this much: he seems to get it because he's hiring a lot of good old veteran head coaches, people who been around him.
You know why, Steve?
Yeah,
he wants to win, Steve.
Well, he wants to win, but a lot of times when a guy gets a head coaching job, it's his first head coaching job.
Bring all his friends.
His ego gets the best of him, and then he doesn't want to bring in somebody who's more experienced than him because he feels like it's going to make him look weaker. So for him to go out and bring in Tom Coughlin, Super Bowl winning coach on his staff, That's just a smart football.
He wants to win.
He wants to win.
And more than just be the coach, he feels a part of the organization.
Right. And well, that's it. I mean, he's doing everything in his power to make that organization strong, not just short term, but he wants a long term.
There you have it. Not one person bigger than the organization.
So I'm interested to see how they do in the offseason. Let's see what they're going to do. Do you think they're going to be to keep the wide receiver? You think?
They're number one.
Yeah.
He made reference that he might go back to Green Bay.
Yeah,
and be with Love.
That's what I'm saying. He's been talking some stuff, so I wonder if they're going to be able to talk him out of it because he hasn't been mentioning about going back to Green Bay now. He like what you see with Mr. Love there. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Raiders stay around.
Hey, Love got a chip on his shoulder now.
Yeah, he does got a chip on his shoulder.
I think Green Bay's gonna come out with a whole new attitude next season.
Yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see because we had that argument about how Aaron Rodgers could never bring in free agents.
Well, that was at that time I was a little blinded because I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan still, but I didn't know that he was
crazy. Nuts.
Well, I'm not going to call him crazy or nuts, but I'm just going to say egotistical.
Yeah,
he's how do you alienate your number ones?
Well, I always noticed that the wide receivers and the tight ends that played for him, 90% of them had something bad to say about him after they left.
Wow.
You think about Jermichael Finley, badmouthed him. Who was that big wide receiver they had for the Packers?
Jennings,
badmouthed him.
I won't say bad. He just told the truth.
But that's what I'm saying. But how many other great quarterbacks have you ever seen where after they left, the wide receivers who fed them the ball went out that strongly and badmouthed them afterwards?
Aaron Rodgers is just a different animal.
So we'll see. But he's still talking about coming back next year. You think he has anything left in the tank? Should Jets fans feel any excitement about him coming back?
Yes, they should. He's going to add a whole new level to that team.
I don't think so.
He's still Aaron Rodgers. It's not like Winston. It's not like Russell Wilson where they're a shadow of their own self and they don't look right. Aaron Rodgers was still Aaron Rodgers. He hasn't shown anything to be less than that. Okay. Now, when we talk about Russell Wilson or I said Winston, Watson from the Browns.
Right.
They don't look like the same person that was playing when they got all the hype.
That's true. Well, I'm not going to sell out on Watson yet. I'm going to give Watson another year. That's Watson he's still young enough.
It's taking some time.
Yeah, it's taking some time, but
he didn't leave with an injury.
I agree, but he's still in his 20s. I'm not going to sell him out yet. Now Russell Wilson.
I'm not selling him out. I'm just saying he's not playing the man that we thought he.
No, we agree.
He got a guaranteed $230 million.
Well, you know what I feel about that.
Everything guaranteed.
Once you get that guaranteed money, you hear that Seattle Seahawks quarterback, Geno Smith.
Oh my goodness!
Once you get that big money,
it's time to sit down and not play, right?
Yeah, you become a whole different animal. He was hungry last year. This year,
some people don't have the passion once they get that money. That money changes everything.
But somebody who did have the passion with the big money is our quarterback for the Ravens, Lamar Jackson.
Oh, and Patrick Mahomes.
They got
real deal Holyfield.
They got the big contract, and they said, I got to go out here and prove I'm worth it. And so I think it comes down to the person. Some players can handle the big money, and some players cannot.
Well, another thing is some people like the game, and some people love the game.
Right, and that's true.
And some people just play the game.
Right, it's your commitment. It's how much you have within your heart. So that being said, let's go over some of the other coach hiring. So we mentioned about the Patriots hired Gerard Mayo. That was kind of a surprise because everybody thought Vrabel was almost a lock to go to the Patriots after he left the Titans, but they hired from within.
And he's over there visiting with Carolina right now.
He's talking to Carolina now. So I know you're not a big fan of that.
Now I want a coach that has a winning mentality, that wants to win. I'm not saying that he doesn't. And if we were to get him, I would give him his due chance. But I wanted us to go after big names. Harbaugh was my top pick, and I see he's gone. And
I hear you.
You know, I want somebody that's going to change the whole culture of the team and change the whole way of thinking in Carolina. I like Belichick because Belichick every year, without fail, he goes after the big name, and the statistic, man, just to
Let,
make the team better.
let me ask you a question. Why do you think that Bill Belichick's not getting more buzz as far as coaching jobs as he is? I mean, he's been interviewed by one or two teams, but you would think that every team would be calling him.
Well, see, this is the thing. Belichick is like Harbaugh. When he comes, you have to let him run things. He's not going to go through what he went through in New England.
Right.
New England came to a mess not because of Belichick. New England came to a mess because he was tampered with in everything he tried to do.
Well,
toward the end.
He was the de facto GM and coach, so he made the coaching decisions and brought in the players.
Yeah,
so.
but toward the end, a lot of things got vetoed. Now,
right.
To answer your question about why Belichick has been getting buzzed and quiet is kept on the tabloids. What I've been reading, Philadelphia and the Cowboys went after him, and he turned them down.
Interesting.
He turned them down to look for something else. So he wants to make a team where he's the brains behind the team because he is the man behind the team.
Well, I can see why Eagles and Cowboys would not work for him because number one, Jerry Jones' ego and Belichick's ego would never work. That would be a disaster.
Clash from the jump.
Yeah, I mean, if Jimmy Johnson couldn't work with Jerry Jones, Bill Belichick can't work with him.
There you have it.
So
both of those coaches were on the chopping block, and the only reason their job got saved because Belichick turned them down.
Right. No, that makes sense. So it's gonna be interesting if Belichick. I mean, I guess he's going to definitely coach somewhere. It seems like he wants to coach, and so somebody's going to hire him. But I wonder where he's going to end up going. But you did mention about the big decision today was Harbaugh going to the Chargers. So I know.
Congratulations, Chargers! You guys have finally took a step up, and now that team will make the right changes it needs to make. And it's not many changes they need. Just bring another wide receiver in, and they already are set to go. This is already a championship organization that has underachieved for how many years?
Yeah, I never understood the Brandon Staley hire. Never made sense to me. You're LA, you're playing at SoFi Stadium. You got all the LA things going for you. You can get any free agent you want to come to LA. I mean, it just makes total sense that Harbaugh would want to go there because he knows he's going to be able to clean house as far as getting the talent around him to have a championship team. The team is championship ready.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a win-win. I expect big things for them. I think the Charger chief rivalry is going to become huge in the next couple of years. And yes, I'm excited to see it. It's good. It's good for the Chargers because, like I said, they got this beautiful stadium, and they're having a hard time bringing in their fans to go to it. It becomes like almost a road destination every year. So it'll be good to have the Chargers good.
I would take Belichick.
I'd take Belichick, yeah.
Only thing I don't like about Belichick is he's murder for fantasy football.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you make a mistake, he is a coach. He will sit your butt down. He don't care what type of star you are, what star you think you are, how good you think you will be sitting your butt on the pine.
Yeah, don't start your running back on his. If you have a Belichick team, do not start your running back in fantasy because he'll kill you. He'll get the ball to 5 different running backs and spread it out.
Yes.
So yeah. But as far as I think that he can, now that he has a little fire under him, I think he's gonna go somewhere and do well. So we'll see. And then we did have one more hiring. We had Brian Callahan hired by the Titans. I don't. I gotta wait and see on this move. I mean, I feel like you didn't like Vrabel, so you're gonna bring in a guy now who has no head coaching experience.
Well, no knock on Vrabel. Vrabel, his whole career, he had to deal with Tannehill.
Yeah, I mean, he was too loyal to Tannehill. I do agree with you on that.
Where are you gonna go with Tannehill?
No, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, Tannehill, he's a coach killer, and the Dolphins, he killed the coach there, and he killed the coach in Tennessee. So, I mean, I hope Levis is the answer. So we'll see what they decide to do to build around him.
Will Tannehill get another job?
A backup. I mean, there's always a backup place for you in the NFL. You can always find a backup role. So I can't see him going somewhere and being a lead guy. No, but a backup, yeah.
Mm.
Now the question is going to be: do you think Henry's going to come back? Henry's a free agent.
Yes, Henry's going. Hey, if I was in charge of the money, I would go after Henry in a heartbeat. He got another 2-3 years left of him at least.
At least it looks strong to me, and he's a free agent, so that's going to be an interest to see if
Even
they
if he
can.
wasn't starting on your team,
Yeah.
Henry coming off the bench,
Oh yeah,
1-2 punch. Come on, man.
I agree with you.
That's a no-brainer. If you got the money, you better go get him.
I agree with you. So we're left now with the final four for a head coaching job. We got Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons, Seattle Seahawks, and the Washington Commanders still looking for coaching positions.
Yeah, Glenn White. We don't know about that Titans hiring either.
Yeah. It's a weird hire. I mean, I guess they always like that flavor of the month, that new offensive coordinator that say, "Hey, this is the guy. Yeah, he's gonna come in." 8 times out of 10, it doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's always just that 2 out of 10 that they're hoping for. This guy's gonna really make it. So we'll see. We'll see what the Titans do. But your boy Cam Newton, he just can't help himself. He's been the last couple of weeks.
Oh man, here we go. You want to talk about my boy Cam?
Yeah, I got to talk about your boy Cam, because we thought Cam was just going to run off into the distance, take care of his 10 kids, and just be happy, go
He
lucky.
is.
Well, he still wants to throw it out there that he wants to still quarterback again. Why?
Steve, it was just something to say. First of all, if Cam wanted to quarterback, he would be quarterbacking.
Oh my goodness.
Cam he loves being an on-air personality, and he's not bad at it.
Yeah.
He needs to be somewhere in some broadcasting booth talking football. You like to talk? Go talk football and do your podcast.
There you go.
It is what it is.
Okay, well, he said
I'm still upset because I got his rookie card, his signed rookie card,
and you can't do nothing with it. And the sad part is that he should have a Hall of Fame career based on his play. He should be in the Hall of Fame, but because of his off the field antics,
he doesn't really have any. See,
but he does.
You guys take the loud clothes and the big hats, and you call them off the field antics. What really did Cam do? Cam was always quiet and always did his thing. His clothes and his personality just was larger than life. That's all it was.
Right,
man.
but that affects how. Remember, the people who vote for these Hall of Fame, these are either writers or former players who vote for the Hall of Fame.
He'll get in.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he'll get in.
I think
it'll take a while, but he'll get in.
Okay, all right. Well,
it'll take a while because he is what he was elite at what he did. Now it's a shame because Cam right now still has another 5 years, and he's never going to get to play it because right now, he has the money he needs. He's happy. Businesses is booming, and he's not. The NFL doesn't sway him right or left. That's just what it is.
Okay.
And it's a shame because I want to see him play. I want to see him put to shame the naysayers. That's what I would love to see, but I'll never get to see it.
Won't ever get to see it. Like I said, it's going to be one of those things that just a tragedy that he didn't commit himself to the game more to really put in.
No, he put in the time for the game. It's just that at this time, the game, with being an outspoken player, they don't want an outspoken player. They want a robot. They want you just to shut up and play.
I would go with that, but he's had too many chances where if he really wanted to get back in the league, it's not like a Kaepernick, where Kaepernick was totally just blackballed. Cam Newton hasn't been blackballed.
True.
He just has made that decision that he's going to do it on his terms. And then, like I said, and I think that's the thing that's going to hurt him come Hall of Fame time, is that people are going to look at him and say, this man was a number 1 pick of the draft. He should have been all-time great.
He is an all-time great. He just had to put in more work.
Right. Well, that's the thing. He didn't put the work in, and so
I know.
So it's not like the Barry Sanders or like the what's the Megatrons who left the game early, but during that time they played, they gave everything they had.
Though Cam gave everything he had also.
Well, he gave everything he wanted to have under his terms. He wasn't he was a team guy, but he wasn't a team leader in the sense of bringing out the best in his player.
I understand where you're coming from.
You know what I mean? He was kind of a me guy. I'm going to lead by, I'm going to get the ball in, I'm going to showboat, I'm going to dance, I'm going to do what it takes. That was his kind of mindset.
That was his persona.
Well, it was persona, but it was persona that he
I get it. I get it.
he did himself. I mean, it wasn't like it was like forced upon him. You know, he himself made himself. He's the one who did all the Superman.
I can say people, Joe Namath, with the mink coats and all that stuff. And nobody gets on his case, but with Cam Newton, you have to get on his case like that.
Yeah, but the only difference is that Namath has that ring. Now, if Namath didn't get that Super Bowl ring, Namath would just be not even a top quarterback. He would have been an average quarterback.
I understand.
But because he not only declared the win, but won it, that is the is the name. Now in Cam Newton's case, he got to the Super Bowl, but what happened? It just
and he should have been allowed a couple years for us to make it back.
Right.
And he got done dirty by the team, the organization change and things like that.
Right.
And you can see Carolina has made a lot of bad coaching and GM moves. And Cam Newton was one of the worst moves, because even if we were going to unload Cam, they devalued Cam before, and nobody was going to go after Cam after we devalued him.
True.
They could have did that way better, but
I agree.
Our front office has been horrible for years.
But he did have a chance to come back with the Patriots. He was given
a
full year, and then the second year, he didn't play himself right, letting Mac Jones so-called outsmart
him. And the Patriots outsmarted themselves. You see where Mac Jones is.
And I agree with you.
Cam Newton is better than Mac Jones on a bad day.
I thought it was a horrible decision when they did it. But that being said, though, we do need to talk about this Mount Rushmore. We got a Mount Rushmore wide receivers declared by Jerry Rice. So
before you say Jerry Rice is,
I'm sorry, that's it. I mean, I meant to say it was declared by not Jerry Rice, but our man for the Minnesota, Randy Moss.
What's your Mount Rushmore of wide receivers?
My Mount Rushmore has to start with Jerry Rice, number 1.
Okay.
I will put Randy Moss number 2.
Okay.
I will put Calvin Johnson number 3.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with a different way. I'm gonna go with the guy for Arizona, Larry Fitzgerald.
Wow.
I would put him because even though he never got the break of being on, a great, he did have the one Arizona team went to the Super Bowl, but he just brought it year after year after year. Terrell Owens, you got you can throw in Ultra Single, all those guys, but I just like those 4. Who's your top 4?
My top 4, I like Calvin Johnson. I'm not putting them in order. I'm just telling you my top 4.
Okay.
Calvin Johnson, I love Megatron.
Yeah.
He was an enjoyment to see.
Agree.
I honestly, Calvin Johnson, who was the Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver that retired? He was the
Hines Ward?
Yes, I like the go across the middle guy. I do like Hines Ward.
Okay.
I like Wes Welker.
Wes Welker?
Yes.
Mount Rushmore?
Yes. He caught the ball too many times to be overlooked.
Yeah, okay, but
you don't think so?
Mount Rushmore?
So what you want just big wide receivers that go long?
I'm looking for guys who don't get me wrong. Wes Welker produced year after year after year. I'll give you that.
Year after year. He was an outlet. Every time he threw the ball, he touched it.
But who you gonna take off the team then? If you put in Wes Welker on the Mount Rushmore, who are my 4 you're gonna take off?
Your 4?
Yeah, my 4. You gonna take Fitzgerald off?
I don't think Fitzgerald should be there. I think he's a nice runner up, but he stayed on mediocre teams when he should have left.
Okay, but that's not his fault.
He could have left.
See, this is why I don't wait.
You can't hang around a mediocre
now you
team
get mad
and want to be on Mount Rushmore.
Now you get mad at LeBron James for leaving, but then you want to tell that Fitzgerald should have left. Which way are we going to go? If Fitzgerald had complete loyalty to the Cardinal organization, shouldn't he be commended for that?
LeBron James teams went to the finals.
I agree.
Larry Fitzgerald's teams
Went
did
to Super
not
Bowl.
go to the
But he went
finals.
to Super Bowl one time.
One
I
time.
know. Listen to me.
One time.
I agree with you, but then we got to look at Calvin Johnson. Then and the same thing. He stayed loyal to the Lions. He decided to retire rather than go someplace else when everybody was like, "Man, go to another team." So it's a tough one. That's a tough one. Now Wes Welker bounced around. Let's remember Wes Welker was like with 3 different teams before he went to the Patriots. So
and man, but he was. You know what? To stay on the line, all right. Calvin Johnson, T.O.
Okay.
I still like Hines Ward.
Okay.
And
you leaving Jerry Rice out?
Oh, I can't leave Jerry Rice out. It has to be Jerry Rice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying about your Mount Rushmore. You got to put in Jerry Rice, but you're not putting in Moss. Moss was a
pivotal.
I mean, not just pivotal. I mean, he was a coach's nightmare.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the
phone lines because we need help on this because you put in Wes Welker over Moss, Randy Moss. We gonna have problems.
Wes Welker, every time they went down the field,
I like Wes Welker. Listen to me.
He got the ball like 10 times going down the field.
He was a catching machine, but that was
and he would take hits to the head when it wasn't illegal,
right?
And be unconscious and still holding the ball like this, eyes closed.
Listen to me. I'm not going to sit here and badmouth Wes Welker at all. I loved his game. But I just can't put him in my Mount Rushmore and leave out Randy Moss.
All right, this is Brother with some sports people. We are going to open the phone lines.
Please.
Help us out with this little argument we got going on about the Mount Rushmore
of wide receivers.
And tell us who was Randy Moss's top 4.
Randy Moss's top 4 was himself, who he said was no doubt the greatest wide receiver of all time. That's how this started.
The creme de la creme. Randy Moss.
Now, Jerry Rice would never, because Jerry Rice is a class guy, he would never come out and just say, have you been smoking some drugs, man? Do you know who I am? Do you know my statistics? Do you know my championships? Do you know my Super Bowls? Jerry Rice would never do that. So Jerry Rice will always take the high road and just say, okay, it's just Randy Moss being Randy Moss. But Jerry Rice knows he's the greatest of all time.
Now, if you want to call in, the number is 1-909-844-4443. That's 1-909-844-4443.
All right, so Randy Moss did say himself and said he was by far the greatest wide receiver. He then said Jerry Rice was number 2. He added in Calvin Johnson and Terrell Owens as his Mount Rushmore. And like I said, the only one I could have
a pretty dang over.
It's a good Mount Rushmore. And like I said, I got 3 of the 4. I just can't put in. I would put in. See, Owens and Fitzgerald. I just think Owens. Don't get me wrong. Owens was a freak of nature too, and in his prime, he was a tough one.
Now I see where you're going with the Mount Rushmore. See, me, I went with like Hines Ward, Wes Welker, because those were like hands-on receivers. They went across the middle. Yeah. They took the hits for these balls,
right?
And not only take hits, they would take the hits, survive the hit, and go on and make touchdowns. Now Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Jerry Rice, and Calvin Johnson, they were
outside. They were pretty boys.
All the way down the field, catch the ball and go to the end zone.
Yeah, they were. And that's what I'm saying.
They weren't going across the middle and dodge some people and make a touchdown. I get that. I get that.
I'm talking about the guys who were the showmen, the guys who made the big play, the huge. Like I said, Walker was more of a possession guy. He was not that 80-yard touchdown guy. He was that 10 here, 15 here, 25 here. You need a catch on 3rd down. He made that catch every time.
Glenn White says Jerry Rice number 1, Randy Moss 2, T.O. 3rd, and Fitzgerald 4th, Calvin Johnson 5.
Okay.
Then Mike Evans, then Steve Smith.
Wow. Okay. Well, I like Evans.
And like then Steve Michael Smith. Irvin.
No, I can't put Michael Irvin in my top 10. I can't. And I know Michael Irvin. I like him, but he got away with more push-offs than anybody in the history of the NFL. I mean,
not Steve putting the asterisk next to Michael Irvin.
Yes, he
Is it because you're a Washington
Well,
and you guys played
yes,
them every year?
I mean, I like Michael Irvin. I like him personally, but I'm just saying, as far as the wide receiver goes, he got away with more push-offs. And when I'm talking about push-offs, he literally would just take the defensive back and just throw him into the sidelines and catch the ball. You go back and watch Michael Irvin's highlights, and he couldn't play in today's game because they'd be calling offensive pass interference on him 3 or 4 times a game.
What?
If you go back and watch old Irvin highlights, he was a master of pushing off down the field before the ball came in.
Oh, wait.
Next
time I see Michael Irvin, I'm going to tell on you.
Tell on me. Ask any cornerback who had to play against him. They'll tell you.
Glenn White said, he's laughing. He said, because you're a Washington fan.
Yeah. Like, I had to watch it year after year. He would be pushing on my guys off. He said there, he'd get down and then just, and then the ball comes in. And I'm sitting here, where's the pass interference? Where's the pass interference? And nothing was called. All right.
Blood Ocean Sports. Who's calling? Hello, Blood Ocean Sports. Oh, I guess they got to call back.
Okay, we need to call back.
You got to call in with a good network.
Trying to call back again? All right. Well,
Blood Ocean Sports, Masters calling.
Mr. 49 in the house.
Mr. 49 Darnell.
Oh, yeah.
This is Judgment Week. This is called Judgment Week.
Are you ready? Can you feel it? Can you feel electricity?
I'm ready.
Okay, because like I told somebody earlier today, I said, don't be like the Cowboy fans and smash your TV up if y'all end up losing this game.
Oh, no, you know 49 fans don't do that.
Okay, I'm going to make sure.
Y'all heard the latest news.
What's going on?
The Carolina Panthers is changing their name to Raiders.
What? What did he say?
No, he just kidding.
I said the Carolina Panthers is changing their name to the Raiders.
He's just messing with you. See, I'm not the only one who gives you a hard. I'm not the only one giving you a hard time. See, we love kicking you when you're down.
Early. Y'all didn't read that comment.
But Darnell, you know what's fun though is that in his heart he truly thought Harbaugh had a chance to go to Carolina. I told him, "Are you smoking? Are you smoking major 1980s crack?" I said, "Would you go to Carolina over the LA Chargers?" Steve, who in their right mind?
Steve, there's no need for us to go over this.
Okay,
there's no need for us to go over this.
I'm just saying this.
I was putting out the energy to bring Harbaugh to Carolina. He didn't come.
Oh my goodness!
Congratulations, Charger fans. You got Harbaugh. You got a real one right there.
Did he even interview with Carolina? Do you know? Did he even step foot in Carolina? I think he did get like a dinner out of them.
Boy.
he did get like a good dinner out of them, but
you know what? Let's get to
the. I just want to have him tell all the Cowboy and Eagles fans.
Oh yeah, but don't even give me
quiet.
Okay, what's going on with the Cowboys and having mothers and sisters and brothers and stuff attack Dak Prescott? Can somebody tell me about this?
It's time for Dak to be out of.
This is me.
Dallas. Dallas is tired of Dak.
As much as I'm a Cowboy hater, you know I'm #1 Cowboy hater there is. I'm disgusted by it. I'm disgusted.
You got a couple tattoos. #1 hater. You got a couple of them. Not just
I don't even hide it. But look, Dak Prescott did not lose that game for y'all. Yeah, Dak Prescott did not lose that game for them. They lost the game on defense.
Yeah, Dak Prescott didn't do nothing, bro.
You saw what the Niners did against the Packers, and you saw what the Cowboys did, and it was a clear that defense made the difference. Jordan Love felt the 49ers defense, whereas against the Cowboys, he was just back there like it was like flag football in the backyard.
I'm gonna say this. When Brock Purdy played that game before this last game, and he threw those interceptions, that was Brock Purdy's fault. But when the Cowboys play and Dak Prescott threw when Brock Purdy threw interceptions, they were tip balls that the player should have caught, and it went to the next player. When Dak Prescott threw his interceptions, you thought the people he was throwing to was on the same team.
Okay, but let me ask you a question.
That's a difference.
That's
a huge difference.
I'm glad you brought that up, though. Let me ask you a question, though. Yeah, Brock Purdy threw those interceptions. He didn't look good against the Packers this week, but McCaffrey and the defense won that game for the Niners. Brock Purdy didn't win that game for the Niners. It was McCaffrey and the Niners defense,
Right.
and that's
Well,
my point.
you gotta say Purdy was a part of it because
Well,
he wouldn't have got the ball.
quarterback's always going to be a part of it, but the game was won by McCaffrey and his 2 touchdowns, and it was won by the defense and the guy for the Niners getting those 2 big interceptions, including the one I don't know.
Do you got a Dallas Cowboy tattoo on your arm?
No.
I thought I saw a Dallas Cowboy tattoo on your arm.
Never.
Okay.
But I mean, but what I'm saying, Darnell, is that your defense, when the game was on the line, your defense stepped it up. In the Cowboy game, the Cowboy defense was nowhere to be found. They just let Jordan Love just go around and with whatever he wanted to do. He was just able to just throw wherever he wanted to throw.
I kind of disagree because Purdy the one marched the field and scored that touchdown. Defense saved the game.
Defense, but that's on point.
By getting the interception.
Yeah, I'm saying Brock Purdy, of course, was a part. He did what he needed to do. I'm saying though the game was won because of McCaffrey's touchdowns and because of the defense at the end of the game stepping up when they need to step up.
Hey D, we don't want you to go nowhere. Right. We got to go over these games from last week. I want you to stay on and go over with the new games for this week for this championship round.
Right.
But we got to talk. We got to go into a little bit of these games and give people their flowers before our time is up.
Well, speaking of flowers, let's talk. Here's my like the segue. Speaking of flowers, Zay Flowers for the Baltimore Ravens. Zay Flower had a big game as the Ravens dominated the Texans 34-10.
Woo!
So Lamar Jackson, the guy who's the most hated great player of all time, this is his time now to show
hated?
that. Yeah, my goodness. There's so many people who've been talking about he can't win the big game, blah, 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 blah. Oh. You ever heard all the backlash against Lamar Jackson?
I've said it myself.
Exactly. So I'm saying this is his time now to show that he is big game Lamar Jackson. So he won 34-10 to get to the championship game to go against the Kansas City Chiefs, the team that you keep wanting to just bury because you say they have no wide receivers, they doing this, doing that.
Hey, you know what? I apologize to Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness, Patrick Mahomes.
He was throwing dimes on top of dimes.
This guy is an architect.
He said, okay, if you guys can't catch the ball, I'm gonna hit you where there's no chance for you not to miss them.
My goodness. Did you see Valdez catching balls?
I mean,
I said, during the game, I said, we got to check his gloves. He got to have glue in his gloves. Because he was putting his hands out there and the ball was stopping. His hand he wasn't even closing the ball. And he was just stopping balls like this. And we all know he can't catch. Somebody got to check his equipment.
You said the old Stickum came back in the game?
He had to have some Stickum on his glove. What's going on now? How's he catching now? He ain't been able to catch all season long, and now we're in the playoffs, and he's doing one-handers?
It's called
Valdez is doing one-handers?
I know, it's called playoff pressure, man. The Chiefs know when to step it up.
So he got better.
Listen to me. I was shocked too. Listen to me. I was shocked just like you were. I'm just telling you that the Chiefs know how to play championship game when the game's on the line. And poor Josh Allen. Josh Allen he's becoming the Jim Kelly of this generation. Josh Allen it's quickly becoming the Jim Kelly.
Before we get to Josh Allen, let's give Lamar Jackson his flowers.
Yeah.
Had to get the blow the whistle, the official blow the whistle to Lamar Jackson. Congratulations. He did his 22 attempts, 16 completions, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns.
And don't forget the 100 yards rushing.
Oh, my goodness. 100 yards rushing, and he's the one that brought the 2 touchdowns in.
Yeah.
One-man game.
He had 2 passing touchdowns and 2 running touchdowns. And I think that's like the 3rd time in NFL history a quarterback's ever done having 2 of each in the same game.
No,
all
I see is his 2 touchdowns.
He had 2 rushing touchdowns, but he also threw 2 passing touchdowns as well.
There it is.
So yes, it was just he was a one-man show.
But he has to do that the whole game, host the whole playoffs for them to do it.
He's putting the team on his shoulder, like we said earlier in the show. He got the big money contract, and he's saying, "I'm going to put the team on my back to take them all the way to the championship." So We're gonna see this week.
Lamar Jackson,
So-
we giving you flowers, sir. You
let's
did the thing.
Let's give Darnell his pick. So Darnell, who do you got in the Chiefs
Yes,
and the
sir.
Raiders? I'm sorry, Raiders. Never mind. Chiefs and the Ravens. I got Raiders on my mind. I don't know why.
It's all right.
Forgive me.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm. Chiefs.
I really believe that Lamar can win, but I know them Kansas City is so dang lucky.
Yeah.
Not lucky. They got Patrick Mahomes. Let's stop saying it's luck. Patrick Mahomes has been here how many years?
I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, no.
Let's not say it's luck. Let's not do that to him. He is the best of the best in football right now at QB.
Yeah.
Any arguments about that?
No argument.
The way I look at the game.
Well, I'm just gonna say.
Spit it out, D. Spit it out. We want to hear it.
Huh?
We need your pick.
The
world is waiting.
Baltimore Ravens.
Okay, good pick.
Glenn White says Mahomes got Brady blood in him.
Yeah, well, he does. I mean, I'm not. Listen to me. I watched that game just like everybody else did, and I was just floored away.
He also threw on the Mount Rushmore. Isaac Bruce should be up there. That's a good one.
That's a good one. I mean, that's definitely in the running. You should give him a spot somewhere up there.
Hey, that's a good one.
I liked Isaac Brook. Yeah, he was a beast.
Who you taking for the game?
Oh, I got the Ravens because Chiefs have a great defense, but with that home field and the way the Ravens defense is playing now, I just think they're gonna find a way to shut down.
I'm with you, Glenn.
Yeah,
I'm going with the Chiefs.
Okay, all right.
Yes, sir. I'm not going against Patrick Mahomes, and guess what? They're going to do it convincingly.
Ooh.
They're going to do it convincingly because Lamar Jackson, he's going to be overwhelmed. He's playing Patrick Mahomes. It's going to get frustrating when Patrick Mahomes has answers to everything they do. It's going to get frustrating, and this defense is better than the last defense you play. So beware.
Okay, well,
beware, my friend. Beware.
No, I mean it's a great match. I mean that's a game that you can bring your popcorn and you should sit down and definitely not miss that game because I think that's going to be one of the great championship games in the last 2
and people
years.
are going to be mad at me, but I'm going with the Chiefs Lions Super Bowl. I'm going to let y'all go ahead and make y'all picks, but you heard mine here first.
All right.
Chiefs Lions Super Bowl.
All right, so before he killed the NFC pick, we had the Bucks gave the Lions a much bigger game than people thought they would. Bucks came to play. Say what you want to about Baker Mayfield. I know you've kind of just tossed him off to the side because
Carolina tossed him off to the side. That's my team.
Okay,
and I've said already that we made a lot of bad decisions.
Yes, okay,
a lot of people move too fast on their decisions.
Yeah, you had that man. That man had a show me contract. You could have signed him for peanuts. He just wanted a job next year. He didn't even want a big contract. He was like, just please somebody anywhere where I can start.
But see, that takes coaching to see something in somebody, and know that he's more than the mistakes that he's making.
I know.
And we didn't have that. We didn't have that leadership.
Nope.
Dude, my team gave away Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
For peanuts. So don't talk to me about a Baker Mayfield when we gave away the number one running back in football.
I know. And
was trying to get the MVP for this season.
And you had both of them. That's the crazy part. I mean, that's the crazy part. They had both of them. They had Mayfield and McCaffrey, and let them both go.
We had a team that could compete. All we needed was somebody that was solid at QB. And guess what? I was cool with keeping Sam Darnold for one more year.
Well, yeah, you had him as your backup. I mean,
it is what it is.
You could have them both, but
you can have him back.
Exactly. Yeah, he'll be happy to go back. You can have him back. He'll be happy to go back. But what was a great emotional game? The Lions pulled it out against the Bucks. That was I enjoyed that game. That was an enjoyable game to watch.
And you did your thing, CJ Stroud. We ain't nobody forgot about you.
Oh no.
You did the impossible. You made it. You get your flowers too, CJ Stroud.
That's me. The good thing about the Texans is that they still got another 2-3 years with him on their rookie contract, so they can go out and still get more talent pay it in, get some free agents.
Zay Flowers under rookie contract.
Yeah, that team's going to be something me, and especially in that division.
It's led by Harbaugh.
Well, no. The Texans. We're talking about the Texans in the South. I mean, they can go out there in the South and
you said Zay Flowers.
No, Stay Flowers with the Ravens.
Yeah.
So
who's the name of that coach?
Oh, John Harbaugh.
Yeah, I said he's led by Harbaugh.
Oh yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
Oh, okay. I was talking about C.J. Stroud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was saying like, what?
I'm like, wait a minute. We
No,
said Zay Flowers.
No, I was saying
I said,
CJ.
yeah, he's led first. Who'd you say first?
Well, I was mentioning about we were talking about C.J. Stroud. So I said with that rookie contract, I said that he can go out there and get anybody.
And then you said Zay Flowers.
I did mention. Yeah, I did mention Flowers, but yeah, Flowers is also on that rookie contract. But the Ravens are already loaded, so I think the Ravens are going to be up there for the next 3 or 4 years.
Reloaded.
So yeah, the Lions beat the Bucks, and then the game.
I don't think so.
The toughest game of the week, the game that was the closest of the week, was the Niners and the Packers. So Darnell, what did you see in the game? What did you see out of the Niners?
A whole lot of shaking going on. That's what he saw.
There you go.
A whole lot of shaking going on.
Yeah.
I just think they had too much rest. And the weather was a factor.
Right. Big factor.
And the players didn't really come together into the fourth quarter.
Right.
To pull it out. They could have lost that game. That game kept people on edge. But I'll tell you one thing.
Your guy Darnell's giving you a hard time.
It will not.
I was playing the violin while you was saying
your guy's giving you a hard time.
My bad. Was my violin too loud?
Yeah, it was too loud.
Oh, my bad.
You gotta turn down.
My bad. And you won though, right?
Yeah, we won.
See, I'm agreeing with Darnell though.
One thing, this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this day. I'm sorry. This Sunday won't be like Saturday.
No,
it won't be like Saturday at all.
No,
we're gonna come to play, and we're gonna cover the points. I believe we're gonna win by 7.
I'm gonna say it like this, Darnell.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions are hot right now. Right. They're hot.
Yes, they are.
So we're playing. We're purely playing off them being hot. By them being the team that's hot, and Goff is hot. Their wide receivers is hot right now. So they not lukewarm. They hot. But they secondary trash. You guys should be able to slice them up in the secondary. They ain't been able to stop nobody in the secondary all year long. So they wide open. You got them wide open. You guys should win. But I just your coaching staff. I'm not.
I'm a 49er fan. I have faith in them. I believe they're gonna step up this weekend. I believe we're gonna cover the point spread by 7. We're gonna win.
I believe I can fly.
Okay. Yeah, I'm torn with this game. Like I said, my heart wants to go with the Lions. I'm like you. I think somehow the Niners are gonna find a way to pull it out. I don't know about win by more than 7.
They should. But Detroit hot. They hot.
Detroit's hot. And the Lions mirrored. They kind of have the same type of mentality than the Lions. Strong running game, defense.
No secondary
quarterback who can be hot and can get cold at times.
All Brock Purdy gotta do is throw it over.
Yeah, but
they going to the house.
But Brock Purdy and Goff are kind of like mirror images of each other in the sense of they both, when they're hot.
Because you put a little pressure on him, he gonna run scared and throw.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's both of them.
The Lions can't put pressure on nobody unless they blitz. That's the thing.
Right.
But guess what? They hot. I'm going with the hot team.
All right.
Y'all should win, but I'm going with the hot team. I'm staying with what's hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you, Darnell. I got the Niners too, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions win. It's to me, it's a toss-up, but I think the Niners will find a way to win because they got the home field, and I do like their defense.
Glenn White said C.J. Stroud and the Texans are going to be scary.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
I don't agree. I believe that they had a good season. I believe that C.J. Stroud had worked his magic this season, but every rookie has had an issue their second year. So I got to see. I wish him all the best because I want his career to be great. But I got to see.
And let's remember, they played the second half of the season without their best wide receiver, Tank Dell.
Okay.
and who was another rookie who would have been up for rookie of the offensive rookie of the year if he didn't get hurt about 4 games into this the rest of the season. So I mean, you get him back. They still got that Nico Collins. They can go out and get another third receiver. Go out and get a running back. I mean, that team is going to be scary.
If they went and pulled a Henry, woo,
Yeah, that team will be.
Didn't Green Bay get rid of their defensive coordinator?
Good question. I think they did finally let him go.
Was that Green Bay?
Well, no, Green Bay had
Yeah, I think that was Green Bay.
I don't know if that was Green Bay.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was.
We
Green
had to
Bay.
check on that one. But I don't think it
That's
was.
some research right there.
Yeah, we'll have to do on that one. But so we got line. You taking Niners. I'm taking Niners. Packers got. I'm sorry. What am I talking? We got Niners. Packers taking the Lions. So
we
we
got Kansas City and we got the Baltimore Ravens.
Exactly. So we're looking at a Ravens Niners Super Bowl. That's the one everybody wants to see.
But you know, it could be Baltimore and the 49ers, or it could be Kansas City and the 49ers.
Oh yeah. No, this year, any of the 4 teams could win. This is a year where you definitely.
If we advance, it's a revenge match with either one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And before we got out of here, I got to say, hats off to everybody. Love, Stroud, Mayfield, Allen. Man, you got the stuff. Your team got the stuff. I just think the Bills, they got some type of hex on them. So I was talking to a friend. He said hex. I said some type of voodoo spell been put on the Bills. What team goes to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row and don't pull the Super Bowl?
But let me ask you this though: the Bills know their history. Why would you not just go for the touchdown? Why would you play for the field goal when you know your history with field goals? And it's cold out there, it's bad weather. You can't ask that man to make a 45, 50-yard field goal with that pressure on him.
I don't understand the Bills for some reason. They move the ball with such ease, and then when it gets to those times where it's crunch time, it's like they get so nervous. They get scared, and the whole play calling doesn't go to moving the ball. It goes to managing the ball, and it just at the wrong times. Every year
they do this.
They get to that same spot, and they just don't finish. They don't know how to finish.
But you know what? You know that last play the Bills did? They could have went for the first. They didn't have to go for the
They do this every year.
But Darnell, that's my whole point. I said they played for the field goal when you can't ask that man with that pressure on him to go out there and kick that field goal 45, 50 yards with the game on the line like that.
They do that.
You got to go for the first
year.
But yeah, but that's my point. I'm saying this is the Jim Kelly Bills team that's showing up great every year, but can't get the job done when the game counts.
Hey, Darnell, but thank you for calling in, and thank you all for tuning in. Darnell, please call back next week.
Oh, we're going to hear from you.
Hey, man, don't do us like everybody else. Yeah. When the Cowboys lost, they didn't call back.
Can't find Cowboys, Eagles lost.
Not Green
Lathan,
Bay.
Where are you? Lathan.
Yeah, when the Eagles lost, no Eagle, no fly, Eagles fly, none of that. All these, I'm going to call, nothing. Hey, man, we ain't holding against you.
I'm a Niner fan for life. Run from nobody. You will hear from me next week.
All right, we love to hear that. We love it. Well, thank you. Well, we're gonna be watching the game. I'm going, like I said, I'm gonna be cheering you guys on, but it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good one. I'm excited for that.
I can't wait to see it. Y'all should win, like I said. I'm just going with the hot team. But y'all should win. All right, Darnell.
Okay.
All right, talk to you next week.
Enjoy the game.
So Steve, you got anything else to say before we get up out of here?
No, just everybody, like I said, just enjoy the football games. I'm hoping officiating does not play a role. Like, we didn't even talk about officiating this week, but please, officials.
Everybody knows how I feel about officiating. Get it together, and this season, it's not together, but it should be together by next season.
I'm just nervous they're gonna have.
We hope for the best every season.
We're hoping for the best, but I just hope they don't have a horrible call that costs the game for somebody.
But please like, subscribe, and share, and tell a friend, and tell that friend to tell a friend, and tell another friend. And we come back to y'all next week at 7 Wednesday. Peace out.
Peace.
Thank you, Mama Rubain, for both my beanies and my calendar. I can't wait to get into this. Thank you very much. And we see y'all next week.
All right, everybody. Peace.